Okay, welcome to Shad Reading. I promised last time that I would show you that I made sure and did the work. So here, I made sure to answer all of the scenarios. I just did it after I was done with my video with you, so I didn't take up all of your time. And now we're on to chapter 3, Be a True Friend. All right, so we've got a little bit of reading here that we're going to do, some shared reading. And then it looks like it's got another little helpful info box for us. And then it looks like we've got a fun little quiz that we can take about being a true friend before we move on to chapter 4. So we're going to read probably, I would say, maybe half of this chapter today. I'm not sure if we'll get through all of it. We might save the quiz for the next one. We'll see. Here we go. Remember, you can follow along in your book. I always use my finger. That way I don't lose my spot. It's hard for my eyes to track all the time. Think about your closest friends. How did you meet them? What made you form a friendship with them? What makes them good friends? For some kids, making friends isn't easy. Take Raphael, for example. Amanda noticed that he was eating lunch by himself. He was new to the school and barely ever spoke. When she tried to introduce herself, she learned that Raphael spoke only Spanish. He had recently moved to the U.S. from another country. Amanda noticed that Raphael seemed lonely. He kept to himself in class and at recess. Because of the language barrier, that means that they couldn't quite connect when they were speaking because they spoke different languages. There's a barrier between them. He had a hard time making friends. Amanda wanted him to feel included. She used a translating program to write Raphael a note in Spanish. In the note, she invited him to sit with her at lunch and to play with her at recess. Soon they became good friends and learned to speak each other's languages. Look for the new kid or the kid who doesn't have a friend and be that friend, Amanda says. Everyone needs a buddy. It's true, it is nice to have a buddy. Like Amanda, be the kid who notices when others are in need and reaches out to them. Raphael was a new student who was also struggling with learning a new language. But most of the kids you may want to reach out to have been going to school with you for a long time. You probably just haven't noticed them. Maybe they haven't been in any of your classes or activities. Or you're used to hanging out with your own group of friends and haven't paid attention to who is being ignored and left out. Here are some ways to be an includer. Oh, I like that. An includer. Scan the room you're in. Look for someone who might need a friend. Walk up and simply say hi. It's a good one. I kind of like doodling when I'm reading. Kind of helps me pay attention a little bit more. Raindrop number 1. Introduce yourself with a smile. So you walk up and you say, hi, my name is Mrs. Heffa. See? Walk up, say hi, smile, say your name. Introduce him to your group of friends. And you say, and this is, and you say this is, I don't know, whatever your friends' names are. Invite her to hang out with you during recess or another activity. So now that you've met everybody, you can say, hey, do you want to meet us at lunch? We'll be sitting at one of the tables. You can just come find us. Ask him about his interests. Try to remember, we're on the next page, what you learned in future conversations with him. This will help you fill his bucket later on in a meaningful way. So whenever you talk to someone, it's nice if you remember some detail, like maybe they say that they rode horses. And then later on, when you're talking, you can say, oh, you like to ride horses, right? Yeah, this book was about that. And then it makes them feel special, like, oh, you listened, you cared, you weren't just pretending. And then I don't know, it gives you like a warm, fuzzy feeling. If anybody's ever done that for you, you kind of, warm, fuzzy feeling. Those are good tips. And I like that it was kind of, it never said kids, so this could be adults too. And actually, that is something that I do with adults, so I feel like that's pretty accurate. Know that sometimes your acts of kindness will not be returned, okay? You can be the kindest, sweetest person, and not everybody will return that act of kindness. And the kids you reach out to may or may not be interested in becoming your friend. They may be shy, nervous, or even weary of your intentions. It takes time to build trust and develop a friendship. But more times than not, when you reach out, you'll be filling a bucket that's desperately in need of some drops. So sometimes when you try to do something nice for someone, they say, oh, no, 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 no. Or maybe you try to reach out and they're like, no, thank you. And that's okay. You were at least trying to do something kind and nice and to reach out, and that's the important part. Lend an ear. Ooh, you know what? This is why I love being able to draw in my book. It makes me want to draw an ear. There's my ear. I think I want to attach it to a face, though, because if I don't, it's going to be really confusing. That's a huge ear, you guys. Oh, look, this kind of looks like the mouth. There we go. He's got a wavy mouth, and here's his nose. Although the L kind of looks like his nose. There. That's a really big ear. I'll give him a giant one on the other side, too. There. That's huge ears. But they're lovely huge ears. All the better to hear me with. I like them. Whether you're meeting new kids or hanging out with old friends, listening is a huge part of being a true friend. Remember? 2 ears, 1 mouth. That means you listen twice as much as you talk. That's what I always learned. Sometimes when your buddy is talking, you may feel the urge to interrupt her to give advice or talk about a similar problem you're having. I'm so bad at this, you guys. But your friend may just want to talk to let out her feelings and frustrations. It's important to let her have her way and be heard. You can show that you're listening by asking questions to help guide your friend toward a solution, or by asking what she needs to feel better. I'm really bad about that. Notice how I'm even talking about it right now as we go through our book. I'm doing little things, just my information there. I have to sometimes really hit pause in my brain and say, no, wait. I need to make sure that my friend is all done with talking. They've been heard. I've listened to them completely. They've got it all off their chest. Now we can talk and I can share something else. And I do have to really practice that. And it is really hard sometimes mentally where I have to go, wait, no. Pause. Don't say anything. Listen. So it's not just you. Adults do too. How to be a true friend to your peers. I'm going to do a little fun title here. Maybe some more stars. Something important. Support them in their activities and dreams. Like, yeah, you go. Way to work those Legos. Wow. Things like that. Be the person they can go to for a kind word and a helpful opinion. Like, I think you're just doing great. Way to go on that writing. Recognize their achievements. Woo! You got second place. Yeah! Like that. Stand up for them even when they're not around. Hey, you don't say that about my friends. I don't like that. Like that. Be honest with them. You need to be willing to step up and say something if your friend's safety or the safety of others is at risk. Gotta stand up. Okay. I would like to save this You Deserve True Friends Too. Here's how you'll know them. So this is how you'll know true friends. And then we're going to save this little fact blurb here. And then this Are You Being a True Friend quiz. And that'll lead us to chapter 4. So that's next time. I'm going to bookmark this. We left off on page 34. It says 3-4 in the raindrop. And we're on this page right here. And I am just going to leave off on there. You can stick your bookmark in that spot. And we will meet next time for more. I know some of you may have already finished the book. Don't tell me what happened. All right, kiddos. Next time.